boys and girls, back with it. Full day of eating. Last video you saw was the cheat day, which today's Wednesday, so that was half day Sunday, so basically 2 days, 2.5 days since the cheat day. That was 214 at the heaviest part of the cheat day. The morning of the cheat day it was 201.8. So it gained basically 12 pounds, right? And everyone freaks out about cheat days and gaining weight, but it's part of the process. It's really just food and water weight, right? So you have to digest that, poop it out. So it takes a couple days. Back on the diet for 3 days now, and I'm already back down to, what was I this morning? 206. So I still got a couple more pounds to lose to get back to normal. But last week I was actually really light in the morning because I was dehydrated. So my last week walking around weight was like 205. So I'm pretty much back to normal. Anyways, that was, I'm gonna measure how much that was for height. I think it was 45. But right here I got 70 grams of liquid carbohydrates in Gatorade powder. I also have 30 grams of protein in protein powder. Vanilla protein, orange Gatorade is like a creamsicle. Basically, I drank half of it before I worked out, and the rest I just sip throughout my whole workout. So this is session 1. If anyone doesn't know, I do 2-a-day training, morning session, PM session. I change it up constantly, so sometimes it's weightlifting in the morning, sometimes it's cardio, or vice versa. But I'm gonna measure this, see what it is. Oh! And a half, roughly. Look at that. I got hops. Actually, I don't have hops. I used to have hops. I used to train at a sports performance center as a sports performance trainer for athletes from youth to NFL, and I used to do plyometric training all the time, but I'm restarting to do it because it's really good for Olympic weightlifting, staying explosive, staying athletic for CrossFit. So I worked up to this 48.5, but before I was doing multiple sets of jumping over these little sticks here. I don't have hurdles, so I have to make up my own thing. So if you don't have hurdles at your gym, PVC pipe, plates on top of a box, boom, hurdle. So yeah, that's my meal 1. I'll put up the calories every meal. I'm gonna work out, and then when I go home, I'll show you meal number 2. Ooh yeah. Oh yeah, look at this. Look at this meal right here. What we got is 6 ounces of chicken, a cup and a half of brown rice, and a half a cup of broccoli. So basically, this actually doesn't have enough carbs in it, which I have the rice cooker going over there because I'm supposed to have, I believe, 180 carbs with this meal. Ooh, I'm supposed to have 190 carbs for this meal. So this is supposed to be, and this all depends on how many meals I split up. When you buy Renaissance Periodization, you have 7 or 6 meals. I'm only doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'm doing 6 meals. So Renaissance Periodization has 7 meals. So I have to kind of do my calculation and do a little bit more protein, a little bit more carbs per meal. But this is supposed to be 58 grams of protein, 15 fat, and 190 carbs. So I'm gonna calculate this, put it on the screen what this is, and I'm gonna have to make up that difference in the next meal, which I'm only home for 3 hours, which gives me time to edit a video, hang out. So I need to eat my next meal basically an hour and a half after I eat this meal. So I'm gonna eat this meal. It's pretty delicious. I just put the grilled chicken on the grill. I marinated it in basically in cumin, allspice, chipotle powder, garlic powder, salt, pepper. Marinated it for a day, put it on the grill, and what I've been doing is pounding my chicken. So you put your chicken breast on the counter or a cutting board, put a piece of saran wrap on the top of that, and you get the hammer. Whew. Man, that thing's got a lot of spice to it. Adjust the spice accordingly, but take the meat hammer and you flatten out the chicken breast, and that makes it so that the chicken breast is flat and even, and it cooks evenly throughout. and it is so moist. This is day 3. Moist, delicious. So eat this, and I'll explain my third meal. It's a little bit different, and then I'll discuss how Renaissance periodization works and all that good fun stuff. All right, so let me briefly go over Renaissance periodization. So for anyone that doesn't know, I did Renaissance periodization. This is year 2. I did the bulk, the maintenance, the cut last year. Fantastic results. And then I just finished the bulk, 210 pounds, currently like 206-ish. And I'm on my cut. This is my 2nd week. So basically my calories for the bulk was like 5,000 calories. My maintenance calories were like 4,500. And then my first phase of the cut, because Renaissance periodization, there's 1, 2, and 3. Each cut you can get leaner, leaner, leaner. The first phase I'm at 4,000 calories. So still a decent amount of calories, and I'm already seeing results. Now what I will say is, if you're doing a diet and you're trying to lose weight, 1, make sure that you still have a decent amount of muscle mass underneath that body fat that you're holding on to, because you need a good amount of muscle mass for when you're dieting, because if you don't have that muscle mass underneath you, then when you diet, you're gonna kind of get that like skinny fat look. So you want a good amount of muscle tissue, because the leaner you get, the muscle tissue shows off more, or it shows through more. So a lot of people email me and send me questions about how do I lose more weight, and then I ask them what their body fat percentage is, and it's like they're super, super lean, and they don't need to lose any more weight. They really need to not go on a diet. They really need to bulk up and build muscle mass. So step 1, make sure you have muscle mass. Get your body fat tested. Make sure it's in a healthy range, and that way you can more accurately assess yourself. But with Renaissance periodization, the coolest part about it is that you really don't have to count calories necessarily, because this is not mine. This is Jennifer's. I don't print mine out because I'm lazy. But you get a template like this, right? So you have your protein right there. You got your veggies. You got your fat sources. You got your carb sources, and then you have your intra-training carb sources. So you get this whole template like this, and you don't, not only get one, you get like you get a base one, you get cut phase 1, 2, 3, and then you get a new base one. So you get 5 templates, and then each template there's training days. There's times of training days. So whether you work out in the morning, if you work out fasted, if you work out middle of the day, if you work out in the PM, there's like a template basically for every scenario. So this one on Jennifer's, this is if you work out in the morning, this is if you work out after like 2 meals, and this is after 3 meals. So based off this information, she can be like, all right, I work out fasted in the morning, so I can do this, and this is a weight training day. Or she can be like, all right, I'm not working out today, so I go to non-training day. She has 6 meals on hers. So during my bulk, I had 7 meals listed on my Renaissance periodization. But I also have the Renaissance periodization 2-a-day training template. Many, many templates. You got to find out one for your specific goals and your needs. But basically, it's like the easiest thing in the world. So meal 1, it tells you your intra-carbs and your intra-protein, right? That's what I showed you this morning, my protein and my liquid carb shake. Then meal 2, it's roughly 20 minutes after when your workout's over. But for me, it's, let's see, I finished around, mine's 3 hours after I'm working out, because I'm training, so I can't eat any, I'm coaching, so I can't eat a meal after that. So I have my next meal, which for me, it doesn't tell me how much protein to have. It just tells me 5 ounces of protein, a handful of greens, a serving and a half of fat, and then it tells me in grams how much carbs I need per meal. And then it basically just goes out throughout the whole day. So it tells you meal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So Renaissance periodization, it's awesome because it just lays it all out. You don't have to like calculate macros all day, and you just follow the list, boom, boom, boom. Next thing you know, you're shredded freaking wheat. So if anyone wants Renaissance periodization, I highly recommend getting the template. It's really easy to follow. Like every diet, it's a little tricky the first couple weeks, but once you get used to it, it's just like butter, it's easy. Yeah, so I'm on the cut phase. My calories are at 4,000 calories. I have Double check this. My calories are 200 grams of protein, right? 600 grams of carbs, so I'm still eating a lot of carbs, and 90 grams of fat. Now, I'm doing 6 meals a day. So my meal 1 was 70 carbs, 25 grams of protein. Meal number 2 was supposed to be 58 grams of protein, 15 fat, 190 carbs. Meal 3, which I'm about to eat right now because I'm starving, it's only been 45 minutes since meal 2, is 58 grams of protein, 100 carbs, which I need to make up 60, so I need to have 160 carbs, and 15 fat. Then, when I go back to the gym, I'm gonna have another intra protein and carb shake. Then when I come back from the gym, I have my dinner, which I'll explain, and then 1 more protein shake. So I had 3 protein shakes and 3 big meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, basically. So, yeah, I need to heat up this meal, and I'll show you what it looks like. So, this is my meal 3. So, protein shake, I had that chicken and rice and broccoli. Now I have this. So this is same thing, chicken, boneless skinless chicken. I have broccoli on top, and then if I go underneath, see that sweet potato action down there? So I basically finely diced up sweet potatoes, green peppers and onions. Oh my God. Freaking cayenne pepper again. So I have 300 grams of sweet potatoes with peppers and onions sauteed. It's so good. Just baked it in the oven, like on 350 for like an hour or something like that. So I have this, but I didn't put enough carbohydrates into these meals, and I didn't have enough carbs in the previous meal. So I have to eat this whole thing. This is 3 cups of brown rice or white rice. And I'm gonna eat this, and also I put a serving of fat, which is 15 grams of fat on top of this. So when it's a lean source of protein, you get to add fat to that meal. If it was a fattier chicken, like a chicken thigh, I wouldn't add additional fat. So I'm gonna eat this. This will fill me up actually pretty good. And then I don't get to eat until, right now it's 12, 1, 2. So I don't get to eat until 2 hours, and that's gonna be my intra training carbs and protein shake. So I was gonna say one more thing though. So there's a little bit of science behind the nutrient timing of Renaissance periodization. So you're basically eating your carbs around your workout window. Now for me, I work out 2 times a day. So for Jennifer, I get carbs pretty much out throughout the whole day, and I get bigger chunks of carbs when I'm working out. Jennifer works out in the morning, so she gets 25 grams of carbs and 25 grams of protein when she's working out in the morning. And then 3 meals following her workout, she gets carbohydrates. Then at nighttime, her last 2 meals have no carbs and higher fat. So the reasoning behind that is that she gets to basically recover and get the carbohydrates into her system post-workout. And then bedtime, she has higher fat because fat digests slower, especially with her casein shake at night. That'll digest slower and keep her full overnight. So she's having her carbs around her workout window. I'm doing the same thing. I just work out twice a day, so I get carbs basically pre, during, after session 1 and pre, during, after session 2, which is basically the whole freaking day. All right, meal number 4, again, same as this morning. I'm gonna have 70 grams of Gatorade. Boom, on the money. Oh crap, I just changed. 70 grams of Gatorade, and then 1 scoop of protein powder. It's 2 o'clock. I have a personal training appointment at 3:15, so I have an hour 15 to do another part of my session. So I'm gonna drink half of this. And then sip the rest of it as I work out. Maybe I'll show you some footage, maybe I won't. If I don't, then you'll see you back at the house for meal number 5 and meal number 6. Okay. So last actual food meal is the following macronutrients. 58 grams of protein, 30 grams of fat, 190 carbs. This is post-workout. It's a little bit later than usual because Chris had double pink eye. So I had to coach the PM class. So I just got home. So what I have are 5 of these tortillas, cheese, whole wheat fajita wraps. 5 of those cover my carbs. I have 6 ounces of ground turkey, 93.7 lean, and then probably a cup of kale, and then a tablespoon of olive oil. So I mix this up real nice. Jennifer, did you eat your kale today? Like this. Put it on the wrap like that. Just do a little fold and just roll it up. It's like a little tiny burrito, and I have 5 of these. There you go. Tasty. It's good. And it's nutritious. So I'm gonna eat this, and then have a casein shake for bedtime in about 30-40 minutes. Oh, it's so cold out there. Oh, we got a freaking blizzard going on, boys and girls out there. We got a freaking blizzard. Yes, it's the next day. I got that thing. It's called you get the sweepy eyes where your eyes just go, oh, it's bedtime. And I didn't show you the last meal. So the last meal, I mean, real basic. I mean, it's not even fun to watch. I mean, who wants to see a guy drink a protein shake? I don't. So basically, last meal for Renaissance Periodization is casein protein. So I have 1 scoop of this, 30 grams of protein, and then I either blend up or I just spoon in my mouth regular peanut butter. So it's 30 grams, so I get 2 servings of peanuts butter. Got something to say over there? America? Huh? But let me just recap something real quick because I always forget to mention this. So, roughly, now, Renaissance Periodization isn't a macro diet. It's not going to tell you how many macros you're going to have a day. You can roughly guesstimate, but this is like a diet where you just weigh, measure, and eat. That's all you have to do. So you don't need to even use your Fitness Pal. You can just throw the Fitness Pal away and just follow what's on the Renaissance Periodization template, and it's just going to say the following. So for protein, it's going to say how much protein in ounces to eat. So you just weigh it and eat it. It's just going to tell you a handful or 2 handfuls of greens. So you just weigh it, you just measure it and eat it. And then the only thing it's going to tell you in grams is how many carbs to have. And then from that point you have to just weigh out and kind of guesstimate, or it's going to take a little while to figure it out, but for me it says 180 carbs, so I have to figure out how much rice that is or how much sweet potato that is. At the end of the day, roughly my calories are 200 grams of protein, 600 carbs, and 90 grams of fat. That's roughly. Now if I eat turkey for 5 ounces, or eat chicken for 5 ounces, or beef for 5 ounces, that's totally going to change my macros per day. If I have if I have 3 full meals of beef, that's going to be way more calories than if I have 3 meals of chicken. But it doesn't matter because it's not counting macros, and that's the beauty of it, because so many diets out there are macros, 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 macros. But this diet's just eat what it says, and that's all you have to worry about. So if you're stressing over macros and you want to get away from the macro life, Renaissance Periodization is pretty great. But all in all, between the food groups they give you, it's roughly the same amount of macros a day, give or take. So some days I might have 4,000 calories, some days I might have 4,200 calories, some days I might have 3,800 calories. But that's pretty much it. Week 2 of the diet, feeling good. I'm already down. This morning I was 202, so back to totally back to normal. I'm still gonna do a cheat day because if you didn't know, built on freaking cheat days. In 2018 ain't gonna stop me because 2018's my year, motherfucker. That's it. So if you want Renaissance Periodization, get it. Comment down below something. You got any kind of questions? I'll try to answer it. What else, Jennifer? Anything else? Subscribe. I mean, if you want to subscribe, subscribe. And then tomorrow we'll be back to road to the 2018 CrossFit Open Series. More fitness coming up. And yeah, so see you guys tomorrow.